Good morning. Welcome to Ramblings with Joe. So this morning I was reading up on the funds that have been cut from NPR. I don't know the exact amount that was cut, so I think they've defunded it completely. I'm okay with this. There are some people that are saying that the government only gives $10 million annually to the stations, and that's true. But the government also gives $535 million to CPB, the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. They have to deposit this money into interest-bearing accounts and investments that they get while they disperse it to the public broadcasting stations, to NPR and the likes. That money earns interest, so there's an additional $10 million there. So $545 million and $10 million. So by my best reckoning, that's $555 million. That sounds like a drop in the bucket to the federal budget. And to the federal budget, unfortunately, it is a drop in the bucket. That's the problem. The interest from the money that the Corporation for Public Broadcasting gets is enough to change one person's life completely. It is enough to employ over 1,000 truck drivers. It's not a drop in the bucket. The bucket's too damn big. That's the problem. It's a lot of money. So what I think they should do with that money is invest it in federal propaganda. Just take the money, and every time there's an issue with the federal government, they should use that money to make it sound like there's not a problem. You know, have commercials and printed material and the like. That sounds pretty ludicrous, doesn't it? That sounds ridiculous. NPR, well, all of the entities that come under the financial disbursement of the CPB, I find CPB hard to say. I prefer Corporate for Public Broadcasting, Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Anyway, all of those entities are left-leaning. I don't mean they're a little left-leaning. I mean they're hard left-leaning. So I was reading an article today. It was amazing to me. The guy was saying he didn't know if his station, he ran an NPR station in a very conservative area. He said he didn't know if his station was going to survive. And when he went to the manager of the station and said, hey, maybe we should start including some programs that attract sponsors from the conservative people of our area. Well, the manager said, we can't get any money from them. They think we're the devil. Okay, so that station's going to fail. They're not willing to serve their customers. The people, the listenership are their customers. I'm okay with their failing. Their refusal to serve their customers means they should go out of business. That's the bottom line. Yes, that's how capitalism works. And if you have a government-supported system, that should be serving its community. And if all you're doing is leaning left away from your community, you're not serving your community. You are trying to convince your community to change their opinions. So I support that particular station going out of business. There are some NPR stations that are going to stay in business because they are serving their communities, which consist of very liberal-leaning people. One of the things the article said was that over the mountain, there was another NPR station that wasn't going to have any problem surviving because they had a very affluent community that was very liberal. Well, there you go. There's the answer. If you want to survive, you have to, like any other business, have a product that people want to buy. I grew up on Sesame Street, Zoom, 321 Contact. These are all things that were on our PBS station. The programming was very helpful to the learning process. Great. I also grew up on cartoons. And of course, as a child, I loved cartoons. And the cartoons had commercials. I watched those a lot more than I watched PBS. Primarily because they only came on Saturday. I can't emphasize enough the idea. As a matter of fact, looking back on it, eventually I started seeing advertisements. They didn't call them advertisements, they called them sponsorships, but they were advertisements. This show has been brought to you by Campbell's Soup. They contributed toward the making of, I think that was either, it was later on, so it was probably 321 Contact or Zoom, one of those two. And yeah, that was a commercial. And the commercial was, this product helped make this show, buy my product. Even if they didn't say it, that's what they were saying. Create a product that people want to purchase, and you'll be in business. It's that simple. It's just like any other thing. I listened to a podcast about Cracker Barrel. And there's this huge thing about Cracker Barrel being woke. Where the CEO is woke and she's shifting the Cracker Barrel away from its typical Cracker Barrel roots. Well, the podcast I listened to was Red Pill America. So credit to them for kind of enlightening me on this subject. In their estimation, that's not what's happening. Whether the CEO is woke or not is irrelevant. Cracker Barrel's been going downhill financially for a long time. I think they listed 5 years, but they said even before that it was going downhill. They're going to go out of business if they don't change something. They don't have people coming to their restaurant that they used to have. As far as the woke thing, I don't know. Everybody's trying to eat healthier. We don't even go out to eat anymore. We're trying to eat healthier. We eat here at home. We make food here at home. Primarily because we don't know what's in the food in restaurants. I went to a supposedly a healthy restaurant to buy some prepared meals. I couldn't buy any of them. It had ingredients in it that I didn't know. Well, I knew what they were. I just couldn't have them because we're not doing anything other than natural ingredients. I don't know if they would consider that particular establishment woke. I do know that I can't eat out anymore because I don't know what's in the food. So Cracker Barrel's trying to change things up to draw in more customers. That's kind of how capitalism works. You want business, you have to produce a product that people want. Now, if your opinion is the CEO is woke, so you're not going to eat there, more power to you. I completely understand that. There's certain artists that I won't listen to because, musical artists, because their politics is so now out in front of their music that that's what I consider their product. So I don't listen to that music anymore. I don't support that political stance. There are some singers that I listen to their music that I don't agree with their politics, but that's not their product. They've just, in an interview talked about their political point of view. That's not their product. That was just something as kind of an aside. So if you're going to make you your whole product. Political, you're going to pay the consequences, one way or the other, because half of the nation's not going to support your politics. And it's not even left and right. I mean, there are fiscal conservative liberals, and there are social liberal conservatives. So you're alienating half of the country no matter what you choose to do, no matter what politic you choose to put out in front of your product. Just don't do it. Create a great product, sell it, let it go. I probably won't eat a Cracker Barrel. I haven't eaten there maybe in a decade. I don't know. It's been a long time. It's just not my style of food anymore. I used to love it. Their dumplings were out of this world, but I can't have the dumplings. I don't know what's in them. Cracker Barrel may die. It was already dying. It's not going to die because there's a woke CEO. It's going to die because the product sucks. Chick-fil-A is the perfect example of that situation. They definitely produce a wonderful product. Again, I can't eat there. Anyway, back when I could eat there, we ate there regularly because the product was decent. The left had a fit about Chick-fil-A being owned by Christians. Christians of a sort. There's lots of sorts of Christians. Anyway, didn't matter. Their product is so good and so popular, nobody gave a crap. Initially, yeah, don't eat a Chick-fil-A, they're anti, blah, 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 blah. But eventually, everybody's like, yeah, we're eating a Chick-fil-A because that product is second to none. And that's what happens. If Cracker Barrel comes out with a product, that would be the whole eating experience, not just the food. And it is exemplary, they won't go out of business. But I don't think they changed enough for that to happen. Certainly, remaining the same was not going to be lucrative for them at all. So they're fighting an uphill battle. Man, now the people that used to eat there, family oriented, well, they're buying into this woke nonsense, even though it's not true. So I don't have a dog in this fight. I think it's hilarious that the sheeple on both sides keep following influencers on both sides. It's Tuesday. Today's high is going to be in the lower 80s. I think she said, Siri. I think it's going to be I think she said 82. At any rate, in August, that's pretty impressive. Had a rough day yesterday. Still enjoyed it. Every day is a blessing. We don't know how many we get. Going to try and do the same today. Not have a rough day, just enjoy it. Accept it as the blessing that it is. The NPR thing kind of took me off guard. And when I looked into it, I saw how they were both sides were kind of finagling the money situation and trying. One side was deflating the amount that was being given. The other side was inflating the amount. And one side was saying it's a drop in the bucket. And the other side was saying, no, this is a huge amount of money. They're both wrong. They're both right. The bucket's too big. The bucket of money is too big. If it's a drop in the bucket of the budget, wow, what a budget. At any rate, I hope you guys have a fantastic Tuesday. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do my best. I hope you go out there and do your best. I hope that we all find peace, love, and dream. Until next time, check you later.